Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/citizenho. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello there.
Hola.
And welcome to the 100th episode of Citizen Ho. That means you've officially spent over 4 days listening to us.
If you've listened to every episode. We're going to assume people have listened to every episode.
We know all 6 of you.
Yeah, sure. We know at least 2 or 3 of them.
So, Kev, how does it feel to have spent 100 hours of your life talking to me?
That pales in comparison to what I had before the last year and a half, so just more of the same nonsense. And yet I continue to do it. What the hell is wrong with me?
You're a glutton for punishment.
Apparently.
So I'm sitting here with my hand in a cup of water because I'm an idiot.
Well, we knew that.
I'm making a brisket because today is my wife's birthday. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Marissa.
Happy birthday, social media director.
Yeah, who does a wonderful job.
There you go. See? How hard was that?
Yeah. So, I took the Dutch oven out to check on the brisket, and I forgot to cover I took the top off with my hand without putting something on there. It was hot.
Yeah, who'd have thunk it? It would be hot coming out of the oven.
You just see it. It's like that. It's hot.
Yes. It's basically a cast iron pan.
Well, mine's
a pot.
Mine's not cast iron. It's Calphalon.
Okay, whatever.
I didn't even realize
they hold heat.
I didn't realize I had one.
You didn't realize you had a Dutch oven?
No. I never knew what it was till a couple years ago. I always thought a Dutch oven was when you used to fart under the covers, wait a few minutes, and open it up to release it.
I think that was just it was just a term somebody made up for doing that because it sounded cool.
Maybe because, isn't the point of the Dutch oven to make it even hotter than the actual oven or something that will hold the heat in?
I guess, yeah. Hence, Dutch oven for holding farts under the covers. Or you just try and hold it under there until it dissipates enough that when it does release, it doesn't make a difference.
No, that doesn't work.
Obviously, you've tried.
The longer you hold it, the more it gets worse.
No, it dissipates in the air.
It's airtight.
It's not airtight. Under the covers is airtight? I don't think so.
Plastic covers.
Uh-huh. So? They're still not sealed.
I just did a number on my fingers.
Oh, poor Scotty.
Won't stop hurting.
Poor Scotty's fingers hurt.
Ugh. So, how's your Passover been?
Cardboard-rific?
I really haven't eaten that much matzah.
I mean, neither did I really. We made matzah brai
I did that.
on Monday morning, which granted you're not really supposed to do. You're not supposed to eat matzah until the Seder, but we did.
I had pizza on Monday.
Okay. So yeah, matzah brai, and then more matzah brai on Tuesday. Not to mention matzah at the Seder, and actually then my wife and I both had a piece of matzah with cream cheese on it this afternoon. That was essentially our lunch, and we had Passover pancakes for breakfast. So.
We didn't really eat breakfast today. I keep a box of matzah at my desk at work usually every year.
The thing is I could do that, but I'd never eat it all at work. Or if I did, it's probably not a good thing. So I don't bother bringing it. Plus, matzah makes a fucking mess.
That too.
Crumbs everywhere.
Apparently, the original matzah was more like pita.
Okay. I'm not surprised. It probably actually did rise a little bit. Despite the anal retentiveness of
Jews.
Of Passover koshering rabbis, I guess.
We'll call them Jews.
What? Yeah, Jews. Passover mashgiachs. I don't know.
I don't go crazy. I just try to eliminate wheat and bread from my diet.
Yeah, well, also, like oats is one of the forbidden grains, so I don't eat my usual oatmeal for breakfast in the morning. Although I did make a boo-boo at work yesterday.
What'd you do? 7 Hail Marys.
Somebody had a frosted Entenmann's donut out, and I saw it, and it just totally escaped my mind that it was Passover. And I was just like, I took half of it, and then like after I finished eating it, I was like, wait a minute, it's Passover. I shouldn't have done that. Oops.
You're gonna burn in the cold depths of hell.
We're Jewish. There is no hell.
Yeah, it is. It's called South Florida.
That's not hell. That's nirvana to most Jews.
Except your parents.
Except my parents. And a handful of others, but not many.
We were, I was just in the lovely state of old people.
Yes, we know.
Yeah. By the way, Tropicana Field is the worst stadium ever made.
Okay. I haven't been there.
Basically,
what is so bad about it, though?
They took a hockey arena, they hollowed it out, and built a baseball stadium inside the arena.
Is that what they really did to build it?
The Lightning used to play there.
Oh. I did not know that.
So it kind of feels like they built, like, it's a small world for baseball in there. It looks chintzy.
Okay. I mean, I know it's, obviously it's indoors because it's all a dome, but...
And the dome isn't even straight. It kind of like a dome you think of this. It's kind of like angled like that. It's weird.
Nah.
And there are these catwalks that make no sense.
Well, they're there so that the maintenance people can access the lights and whatever the hell else is up there. If you look up near the roof of any indoor arena, they have catwalks.
Catwalk. Why is it called a catwalk?
That I have no idea. Other than the fact that cats like to go high up in any room, so therefore walking across the high point like a cat walk. Sure. Yeah. That sounds about right. And you're just staring at me.
No, my fingers are still hurting.
Oh, Pobrecito.
See.
Wah.
But yeah, it was nice in Florida. Got to go swimming a little bit.
See, the only swimming I did in Florida was in the waiting in the piss pool with my son.
Did he pee in it?
I don't know because he had on a swimsuit, so it's not like you can tell. Most likely, he probably did.
Did he have fun in there?
Yeah. Except a couple times when he fell over. Then he had to pick him up so he didn't drown.
Did you laugh at him?
No. We just got him up, and he basically just shrugged it off. But
and your mother-in-law was sitting there going crazy. Oh my God, he fell!
Yeah, she got a little nervous about it, but she almost didn't have time to react too much to it because by the time she, I think, realized what was happening, we already picked him up and gotten him out of there. So yeah, he was fine. He really enjoyed taking buckets full of water out of the pool and dumping them on the stones around the pool.
Why?
He's a 2-year-old, not even a 2-year-old. Why do they do anything? He just found that fun, dumping water on the ground.
Does he do that at home?
No, not really. Although today he had to have an emergency bath, and he was taking a bucket with water and just dumping it into the tub.
Emergency
poop explosion. Do I need to spell it out for you?
Who got that diaper?
Melissa did.
Points for Kevin.
Sure.
It was that bad?
All I know is that she said the poop was running up his back.
Ew.
Yeah, it happens.
Liquidy poop.
Except then he then pooped a little more in the tub.
Ew.
Yeah, that's delightful.
Who got to clean that up?
Oh, that was my job. Hey, look, she had the diaper. I took care of the tub. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but...
Max.
Hey, you know what? This is in 20 months, 20 plus months now, this is the first time that's happened.
Hopefully the last.
I give the kid a little bit of credit. He's peed in the tub plenty of times.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, then. But however, pee is sterile, so it's not really that big a deal.
You can drink your own pee.
I did not know that, nor did I ever want to try. What about somebody else's pee?
That you can't drink.
Okay.
Just your own.
Alrighty then. I mean, I guess, because it came out of your own digestive system.
I was kidding about that part.
So, okay, nobody knows if you can actually drink your own pee.
No, if you're, gonna die, you can drink your own pee to live.
Okay, then.
Survival
Let us-
tips from Citizen Ho.
Yeah, let us know. Hashtag, can I drink my own pee?
We are amateur urologists.
We are. I wouldn't call us amateur. I would call us just not knowing a damn thing about it.
We don't know shit about pee.
There you go. We don't know shit about movies. We don't know shit about pee. Or piss. Or urine. Or pee-pee. Or, yeah.
Oh, so, I think Charlie Murphy died this week. Was that his name?
Yes, he did. Eddie Murphy's brother.
I didn't know he had a brother.
Yeah.
They look almost the same.
They do look very similar, yeah.
Well, they did.
Yeah, well.
Apparently they're going to be making a new Coming to America also, I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Eddie Murphy's going to be in it. Maybe it's
As
not
who?
his own.
King Jaffe?
It would be King Akeem.
Oh, so it's a sequel. It's
Yeah.
not a remake.
No.
Okay. Maybe.
Still Coming to America. Coming
Coming
to America
back-
again.
Coming back to America.
Wait a minute.
No, I don't think he'll be in that. That character would be dead by now.
He could be another old Jewish guy.
He could be, but old Jewish guys have a different shtick now. More like my father-in-law. They just play golf all day to get away from their wives.
Is that really his excuse?
No, he actually does like it, but the golf part, not the getting away from his wife part.
Are you sure about that?
Well, the getting away from his wife. I think he probably considers that an added bonus.
Has he gotten better?
What, from last year?
Yeah.
Eh. Not really. Well, I mean, maybe a little. I don't know. I'm not that great of a judge of golf ability. Look at me.
The fingers starting to feel better. The thumb is still bothering me.
Oh,
Everyone cares about Scott's fingers.
I think that's this week's episode title. Episode 100. Pobrecito.
Well, let's reflect on our 100 episodes. What is your favorite Citizen Home memory?
I'm supposed to remember these things? Canterbury Tales? Sure.
Oh god, that was painful.
Was it? Was it really?
Yes.
It was
People
mildly.
will read. Fuck listening.
Wasn't that painful to read?
That was almost 2
was
years
just-
ago. Like, it was 2 years and 2 weeks ago.
Yes, it was. God
Okay,
damn.
Make sure you pay your taxes on Tuesday.
Or by Tuesday.
Do you know why it's Tuesday?
Yeah, because, today, April 15th falls on a Saturday, and Monday is some other holiday in D.C.
Yeah, it's the Emancipation Day. It's the
Yeah.
celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation.
So, therefore, all government offices are closed on Monday in addition to being closed on April 15th. So, they're closed the day after April, or the following workday after April 15th.
It very rarely actually falls on April 15th.
No, I feel like it's fallen on April 15th plenty of times. Think about it. I mean, it falls on April 15th, 4 or 5 years in a row?
No,
Or rather, it falls on a weekday 4 or 5 years in a row?
I know when the day of the bombing, because it was Patriots Day
Which bombing?
in Boston, the marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Patriots Day, it happens to be frequently. That's like when the marathons run and stuff.
Oh, so taxes weren't due that day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still don't get why the New York Marathon is in November.
Because it's not that warm?
Yeah, but it's also miserable. Sometimes.
No, well, sometimes it is, but most of the time it's okay. Okay enough for running. I mean, think about how much running these people are doing. Do you want to do that in hot weather?
True.
And they can't do it in April because that's when they could, but that's when Boston's marathon
You guys
is.
for
And,
1 second. I just
and
stopped
it
by my
may or
old
may
work.
not
Kevin will
correspond
carry the podcast
with.
for me.
Oh God, what a wuss! But yeah, the rest of April, corresponds with Passover and Easter. So I guess it would just piss too many people off.
It don't matter.
To the people who live here, they do. Slacker. Finish icing down your widow fingers.
I have to put my butternut squash in my brisket soon.
Oh.
I don't know,
Is that going to interrupt the podcast also?
quite possibly?
Dagnammit. Why do you
I
make
can
me
wait
do
for
these
that,
things?
all that. They asked for a 2.5-pound brisket. I have a 3-pound brisket in there, so it probably needs a little longer to cook anyway.
Okay. 3 pounds of meat and fat.
Oh, yeah. When I turned it over, I'm like, just look at the fat on this beauty.
Usually kosher briskets don't have a ton of fat. Oh, wait, is it a kosher brisket?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, then. That means no.
Costco averages don't have good brisket.
I'm sure they do. Typically, it's like
Your
with
parents
kosher.
always buy kosher meat for the holidays?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they always have. Because, I mean, our
Your
house...
house is technically...
the house in Setauket was technically kosher, in a matter of speaking. Granted, we also had the unkosher set of stuff.
Hold on one second.
Uh-oh. Time to pause the
You're
podcast.
interrupting the podcast, so you're on speaker.
I figured. They have all different canola oils and like any other type of oil, but I guess they don't sell vegetable oil because maybe it's not as healthy. Would canola oil work, or do you want me to
Canola?
Yeah,
I use canola.
canola's fine. Goodbye.
You're fine with that? Okay.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, I use canola oil for matzo ball all the time. It doesn't
The
have a
reason to
ton of
avoid
flavor.
canola oil sometimes is for allergens.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anyone's allergic to that.
Yeah, I don't really have allergies in my family, so it was never an issue.
Like my nephew, we can't make canola oil with.
Oh, well, he's allergic to a lot of things, as I
Nuts,
understand.
seeds, nice mothers.
Is he allergic to that or just not familiar with it? See, there's a difference.
So, what were we discussing? Neat. Kosher.
Yeah, kosher brisket. Which typically, kosher brisket, for some reason, they trim a lot of the fat off of it.
It might have to do with the preservation process. Like
Maybe,
historical.
I don't know.
This had a whole, like the whole back of this was, like you saw the side I said to you, the whole back of it was marbled with fat.
Yeah, well,
Which is good.
Yeah, well, typically, I think an unkosher brisket, it would be like a solid thing of fat just sitting on there.
Oh, I probably should have trimmed it, but I didn't. Well,
No, it's better. It's better to leave the fat on there because as it cooks, the fat basically melts and it keeps the meat juicy.
Well, I seared it before I cooked it.
Still,
Still had a chunk of fat on it.
yeah, let the fat drip into the meat.
My mom I think for Passover once, my mom made a kosher turkey one year because of the girl I was dating, and she's like, "I'm never doing this again. I came with fucking feathers."
Was this about 12, 13 years ago? Or is this a different girl?
I think it was like 14, 15 years ago.
Okay, but it's the girl I'm thinking of.
Yeah. How long have you two been dating now?
Been dating?
Well,
No, we've...
Was it 02 or 03 you got together?
It was 02.
So this would be Passover.
Yes, it was 02 because it was the year before I moved to the city.
So it would be Passover of 03 then.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. It came with it came with feathers on it because my mom always got kosher turkeys. I don't recall.
I don't remember.
I remember sometimes seeing a couple of little stems, but that was about it.
I don't remember. Granted, my mom may have been over exaggerating because my mom tends to.
Because it's your mother.
Yeah.
Your mom over exaggerate? No, never.
Like your mom doesn't. Like your
Sure.
mother-in-law doesn't.
My mother-in-law is another story. My mother, she may at times, but most of the time, no.
I'm starting to feel a little better.
Aw.
I'll try for a few minutes without it.
Scotty's fingers feel a little better now.
Dude, it hurts. You've burnt yourself before.
Yes, I've burned myself before. I put ice on it for 5 minutes and then I move on with my life.
It's kind of like a throbbing right now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you got a second-degree burn. I don't know.
Maybe. I barely I touched for like a second.
Yeah. No, the worst burn I got was when I ended up basically pouring boiling water all over my hand.
Please
Not
explain.
good. It was when I was working at the catering hall, and somebody asked me to get them a cup of tea. So
Cup of tea,
usually there was an urn with hot water outside at the dessert. It was dessert time, so usually there was an urn with hot water that you would go to and use it to fill up a cup and put a tea bag in. Except the urn, it had been used so much that night that the urn was out of water. So I had to go into the kitchen where they have the big coffee machine, but it had a thing for hot water, and without thinking, I just flipped the water full blast into a saucer, and of course the water basically went in and shot right out and right on my hand.
And that was the end of said saucer.
No, the saucer survived.
Did it fall?
I don't think so.
Usually because your first reaction is to, like, as soon as I grabbed it, I released it, the thing.
No, I think I just went, and then I shut the water off. But I had, like, blisters all on the side of my hand and in my palm.
Did you cry?
No.
Did you go home after that?
No, because the party was almost over anyway. Yeah. I put some ice on my hand, kept a glove on it to cover over. I think we actually put gauze on it or something, too, and some kind of disinfectant. But then put a glove on my hand so it was hidden from guests and went back to work.
I was looking at something.
What's Scott looking up?
Fantasy baseball.
You're in the middle of the podcast?
Yeah.
Come on, that can wait. 100th episode is more important than that.
Yankees have just won 6 in a row.
Yes, we know because we watched the end of the game.
Yeah. Even though Max kept trying to not let us watch the end of the game.
Well, that's what happens. He likes to control the TV, even though he doesn't really. It's not that he really cares what's on. He just likes to flip channels.
Have you figured out what you're doing for his birthday yet, or is your mother-in-law still making that a disaster?
No, not that she's made it a disaster. I haven't really thought of it much. I have to soon, but
strip club.
I haven't yet. There's a Kidville near where we live. They'll do a party for like up to 10 kids, and with like some kind of entertainer, which might be an option. We'll see.
What 10 kids do you have to invite? I know 2 of them. I can name 2 of them.
Yeah, you can name 2, but I mean it's just up to 10 kids. I forget how many kids we had last year. So,
would you invite kids from his class? Have you been friends with the?
I mean, I don't really because he's one of the last kids in his class to get picked up. There's only one other kid that gets picked up, and it's weird because I'm picking him. I pick him up at like 5:30, but most of the other kids in his class are gone by then. So I don't really see the other parents.
Breaking that pen, it's an expensive pen.
I'm not breaking it. I'm fidgeting with it.
Well, stop fidgeting with it. It's an expensive pen.
It's in one piece. It still works.
I
took it up. I took the thing off before.
Yes.
And I put it back. It's still in perfect working order.
Put it down.
It is in perfect working order.
Put it down.
It is in perfect working order.
Put it down.
Why would you give me such an expensive pen?
It's the only pen I could find. It was a college graduation gift from my sisters-in-laws.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a Mont Blanc.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Meisterstuck?
It's German, apparently.
Mont Blanc would be French, and then it says Meisterstuck.
So it's French-German.
German-French. That's odd. I don't get it. I wonder what a Meisterstuck is. Master something.
Okay, Google, what is Meisterstuck?
Here's a summary from Rust-Oleum. Rock solid moisture penetrates deep into the concrete unlike paints and surface sealers.
No. Okay, Google, stop. No, it's not. We're not interested in paint.
So what else is going on in your boring life?
Oh, ordered shades for my bedroom. Still have to order shades for Max's room.
We have new floor. Well, not new floors.
Yes.
We have stained floors.
You have new staining on your floors. They look good. And you have a sign advertising the guy who did your floors on your front lawn.
Yeah, Marissa wouldn't let me take it down. Excuse me, wouldn't let me take it down yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think she wanted to take pictures.
Of the sign?
Have you met her?
What does the sign have to do with any of it?
Know. The only complaints I have so far is they screwed up the home phone and they fed the cable for the bedroom back through the floor, so I had to inventively bring it back up.
Yeah. See, they should have put the cable back up through the floor for you.
I think they probably
and
forgot about it.
I think the phone might be fixable. If we can move your bed, I can tinker with it. See if I
can
get
tinker with
working.
it too. I just haven't had time to yet.
Yeah.
Once I saw that plug worked, I was like, okay, I'll just plug it in here for the time being.
Yeah. All right.
What happens, folks, because I know you care about my cable, is the way... That was weird. Cop just drove by.
Yeah, so?
This is a small street with no through traffic.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe somebody called a cop about something.
So, what happens is the way Fios ran the cables in here is they drilled a hole in the floor and they ran the cable up. I come home late Wednesday night. It was like midnight. Of course, I want to hook everything up. Internet, they actually left hooked up and is working. I want to watch TV. I'm like, okay, here's the TV. Where's the cable? I look all around for it. Can't find it. There is a jack in the wall that has a coax connection, and there's a hole in the ground. I look through the jack in the wall. I actually go outside at 1 o'clock in the morning to start that. But apparently that's hooked up to nothing. So the next morning I come up, and I'm going downstairs, opening up all of the ceiling panels, can't find it. And I'm like, where is this hole? I take a flashlight and shove it down there so I can see the light, where it's coming from. What happens is in my basement, there is a wall that's, sheetrock.
What?
I couldn't think of the term. A sheetrock wall, probably about, I'd say a foot from the base of the house.
Okay.
Maybe 18 inches. I don't know. And I'm like, how do I get back here? The hole's got to be back there. I'm looking all around, and I'm like, oh. I open up the panel where the electric box is, and I see the light. It's all the way to my left. And I see the cable down there that I need to run up there. So how do I get the cable up? I try using a phone cord to tie to the cable, which I was able to do. The problem was I couldn't bring it up straight through the hole because it was a tiny hole.
Okay.
So what I did is I got another coax cable and a coupler. I coupled it together, then pulled it straight up, and it worked. And then I decoupled it, and I returned what I bought.
Okay.
Now I have cable.
Good for you.
You were proud of me.
Meh. I think you could have made it work with the phone cable.
The problem was because the hole is so thin, I couldn't get it up straight. I kept having to move it, and I couldn't get it in the right position to pull up because it wasn't wide enough to come up on the side.
Yeah. All right, whatever. You got the cable back up.
And everyone cares that Scott has cable in his bedroom now.
Yay.
And now you know what else they care about? Reading.
What? I care about paying bills. Paying the bills by going to www.audibletrial.com/citizenho, where you can sign up for a free 30-day trial account and get a free audiobook download in the process. There are thousands upon thousands of titles to choose from, such as
Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. Narrated by Stefan Rudnicki, Harlan Ellison, and Gabrielle Dequeux.
Okay, whatever.
It's kind of a story about this kid who's like a genius, tactical genius, and destroys an entire civilization.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Why is that worthy of...
It's a cool book. I've read it before.
Alrighty, then.
The movie is terrible.
Did not see the movie. But apparently the book is worth reading. Maybe.
So, what's been going on with our wonderful president? We haven't spoken about him in like 2 weeks.
Oh, well, let's see. Is he in Florida this week?
There's a website that tells you.
Ooh, goody. It's like whether or not Abe Vigoda is alive is checking whether Trump's in Florida.
Yeah, I think it's is Trump in Florida or not.com or something like that.
Probably just istrumpinflorida.com. Keep it simple. Stupid.
I don't remember. I saw it. Let me pull up the person who posted it. Here we go. No, that's not it. Is Trump at Mar-a-Lago.org.
Okay.
Well, the answer is yes. Oh, but more importantly than Trump, the most exciting news of the year happened yesterday.
What? What would that be?
They released the Star Wars trailer.
Ah. 7 weekends out of 13 as president, he has been at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, he spent almost half of what Obama spent in 8 years in travel.
Yeah. Awesome. And yet he complained about Obama going on vacation all the time.
He was like, they asked him about something with when he ordered the Syrian bombing, and he was talking about chocolate cake.
Oh, yeah. No, well, he's like, oh, I had this wonderful piece of chocolate cake, and I ordered a bombing. Like, good for you.
It's just scary this man is our president.
Yep. Well, sadly, we've had some pretty lousy presidents in the past. This is just another one in a long line.
The people that support him are still happy with him, is what I don't get. He's done nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, and a lot of those people will say, well, he's done nothing because the Democrats blocked him.
They can't block him.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, but anyway, back to Star Wars. What'd you think of the trailer?
You know what? Yes, I saw it, but it doesn't tell me a whole lot.
I want to recut the first 30 seconds of it with Eye of the Tiger, the training montage.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, all you see
Rey gets trained as a Jedi on that.
I
I guess she stays on that island with Luke or something.
Octo is the name of the planet.
Okay.
Sounds like a
How do we know this?
Because I'm smart. Do you want to borrow Rogue One? Because I don't think you saw it yet.
I have not seen it.
I have it on Blu-ray downstairs.
I kind of wouldn't mind seeing it. Yeah, sure.
And there's an attack, and that's pretty much all you see. And you hear Luke speak.
Yes, Luke speaks in the trailer, which means he speaks in the movie, which means he's in it for more than 30 seconds.
See, they could have given him one line in the last movie, just saying "Hello, Rey" or something like that.
Well, I mean, I guess the Force would tell him who she is, or maybe she's his daughter.
I don't know. I think too obvious.
Yeah. Or she could be Kylo Ren's sister.
But then Han would have recognized her.
Maybe not.
Well, the theory that I'm saying that I think she may be a Skywalker is she is the actress Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Has commented that she gets confused for who's the chick from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh,
Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
A lot. And Keira Knightley was actually in episode 1 as Padme's decoy.
Oh, okay.
So she is getting confused for the woman who looks just like the actress who was sub for the... just like the actress who played the sub for her grandmother. You see where I'm going with this?
I see where you're going, but I think I'm
reaching.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the... You know who Josh Gad is, right?
Yeah.
He was in a movie with Daisy Ridley once, and he kept doing these YouTube videos where he tried to get her to tell her stuff about Force Awakens. They're hysterical.
Oh, okay then.
She just has this look on her face like she's going to punch him, and she's hysterical laughing. He actually hosted the Star Wars panel yesterday.
Yeah, I saw some clip, and I was like, wait, is that Josh Gad in there? What's he doing there? He wasn't in any of the movies.
Yeah, but it's Disney, and he's like Olaf.
Yeah.
And LeBeau?
Le who?
And Beauty and the Beast.
The
gay guy. You didn't hear the controversy?
No. What?
They made one of the characters in Beauty and the Beast, the re-release, officially gay.
Okay.
The character Josh Gad played, and people were freaking out about it. I'm like, did you see the original movie? He was gay then too. They just didn't make it obvious.
In the animated movie?
Yeah, the one that sings the song basically that he wants to suck Gaston's dick.
Okay. I never saw the original animated movie either. So
Really?
No. Just was never had a lot of interest in seeing that one.
Actually, it was pretty good. It was the first animated movie nominated for Best Picture at an Oscar.
Okay. Still, just didn't see it.
Ooh, my brisket smells good.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Feed me.
You want some raw meat?
Tempting.
Food or botulism?
Yeah.
And since we were talking about movies, let's look them up.
We can just agree that we don't know shit about them. Yay! So let's see. What do we got to start off this week?
I go first since you're keeping score this week.
Oh, fine then.
Ooh. The fate.
We're changing things up for number 100 a little bit.
The Fate of the Furious. Vin Diesel, Jason Statham, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Michelle Rodriguez. Now that Dom and Letty are on their honeymoon, and Brian and Mia have retired from the game, and the rest of the crew have been exonerated, the globe-trotting team has found a semblance of a normal life. But when a mysterious woman, Oscar woman Charlize Theron, seduces Dom into the world of crime he can't seem to escape, and a betrayal of those closest to him, they will face trials that will test them as never before. Rodden.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn the alarm off so it doesn't keep going while we record.
Fine, you do that. In the meantime, well, the next movie is really short, but next we have A Quiet Passion, starring Cynthia Nixon, Jennifer L., and Keith Carradine. Details the life of Emily Dickinson, her loves, her struggles, and her magnificent poetry. Aww.
I'm going to go fresh.
Yeah, I'll go fresh on that.
Altitude, starring Denise Richards, Dolph Lundgren, Greer Grammer, and Kirk Barker.
What? Okay, anyway.
You know why I'm laughing?
Denise Richards or Dolph Lundgren?
I'm going to go with yes on that one.
Okay, then.
Gretchen Blair, Denise Richards, is a headstrong FBI agent who goes rogue on a hostage negotiation and is sent packing to a desk job back in D.C. By a stroke of luck, she is upgraded to business class on her flight. But as soon as her plane takes off, her seatmate, Kirk Barker, offers her millions of dollars if she can get him off the plane alive. As his ex-partners, Dolph Lundgren, Chuck Liddell, and Greer Grammer, stage a brutal hijacking, Gretchen finds herself in the fight of her life, choosing sides between two factions of a criminal gang and try to keep the plane from going down. That can't be good.
No, I don't see that being entertaining at all. Okay. Colossal, starring Anne Hathaway, Jason Sudeikis, Dan Stevens, and Austin Stoll. After Gloria, Anne Hathaway, loses her job and is kicked out of her boyfriend's apartment, she leaves her life in New York and moves back to her hometown. When news reports surface that a giant creature is destroying Seoul, Korea, Gloria gradually comes to the realization that she is somehow connected to this far-off phenomenon. I feel like we read this once before.
I don't think
As events begin to spin out of control, Gloria must determine why her seemingly insignificant existence has such a colossal effect on the fate of the world.
Yeah, Rodden.
Yeah.
Finding Oscar. In a forgotten massacre during Guatemala's decades-long civil war, a young boy was spared, only to be raised by one of the very soldiers who killed his family. Nearly 30 years after the tragedy, it will take a dedicated team from a forensic scientist to a young Guatemalan prosecutor to uncover the truth and bring justice to those responsible by finding the missing boy named Oscar.
Dun dun dun. Oh, it says this is a documentary.
Fresh.
Docu-cred.
Shit, there are a lot of movies this week.
Okay, next we have Jeremiah Tower. Covers the life of Jeremiah Tower, who became one of America's first celebrity chefs, and includes interviews with Anthony Bourdain, Mario Batali, Martha Stewart, and Ruth Reichel. Another documentary.
Yep. What? There's a lot of documentaries this week. Mission Control, the unsung heroes of Apollo, explores the faltering start of the program to the Mercury and Gemini missions, the tragic Apollo 1 fire and the moon landings. Documentary card.
Docu-cred. Wait, must write.
That's why I write while the other person's reading.
This was too short to even do that. Okay, next. My Entire High School Sinking into the Sea. Starring Jason Schwartzman, Lena Dunham, Reggie Watts, and Maya Rudolph. Dash, Jason Schwartzman, and his best friend Asaf, Reggie Watts, are preparing for another year at Tides High School, muckraking on behalf of their widely distributed but little read school newspaper. Edited by their friend Verti, Maya Rudolph. But just when a blossoming relationship between Asaf and Verti threatens to destroy the boys' friendship, Dash learns of the administration's cover-up that puts all the students in danger. As disaster erupts and the friends race to escape through the roof of the school, they are joined by a popular know-it-all, Lena Dunham, and a lunch lady, Susan Sarandon, who is much more than meets the eye. And it's animated.
Transformers, fresh. Rodden.
No, that just doesn't sound good.
Norman! The moderate rise and tragic fall of a New York fixer. Richard Gere, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Josh Charles, and Michael Sheen. Norman Oppenheimer, Gere, only wants to matter. Living a lonely life in the shadow of power and money, uses any angle or connection to put himself in a position of significance. He's an opportunist, just not a very good one, until he finally bets on the right horse by buying a pair of expensive shoes from Misha Eshel, Ashkenazi, a lowly Israeli politician. Where? Oh, they're in the backyard. When Misha becomes prime minister, Norman finds himself in the center of a geopolitical drama beyond anything he could have imagined. Using his small-time skills, Norman tries to solve a growingly complex puzzle with big-time implications. This everyman's journey is filled with comedy, drama, and the tragedy of a man propelled out of anonymity, yet ultimately too small to ever be valued. Rodden.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go rotten on that. All right, next. Sandy Wexler. Starring Adam Sandler.
Rodden.
Jennifer Hudson.
This
Kevin
may not be
James,
reviewed. It's a
and Terry
streaming
Crews.
release.
Yes, I know. I was actually watching the beginning of this earlier.
Was it any good?
The film follows Sandy Wexler, Adam Sandler, a talent manager working in Los Angeles in the 1990s who diligently represents a group of eccentric clients on the fringes of show business. His single-minded devotion is put to the test when he falls in love with his newest client, Courtney Clark, Jennifer Hudson, a tremendously talented singer who he discovers at an amusement park. Yeah, rotten.
Yeah. Spark, a space tale. Jace Norman, Hilary Swank, Susan Sarandon, and Patrick Stewart. Spark, Jace Norman, is a wisecracking teen living on an abandoned planet with his friends Chunk and Vix. 13 years ago...
Chunk? Really? He's back from the Goonies?
13 years ago, the power-hungry General Zong seized control of their planet, Beta, wiping out Spark's family and sending him into hiding. But now they've learned of Zong's plan to wipe out the entire universe using the deadly space Kraken. No one but Spark can stop him. An action-packed space odyssey filled with humor and heart, Spark is an epic adventure about becoming the hero you were born to become. Rod,
I'm going to go fresh on this. All right. Next, The Lost City of Z, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Holland, Charlie Hunnam, and Robert Pattinson.
Rodden.
The film tells the incredible true story of British explorer Percy Fawcett, Charlie Hunnam, who journeys into the Amazon at the dawn of the 20th century and discovers evidence of a previously unknown advanced civilization that may have once inhabited the region. Despite being ridiculed by the scientific establishment who regard indigenous populations as savages, the determined Fawcett, supported by his devoted wife Sienna Miller, son Tom Holland, and aide-de-camp Robert Pattinson, returns time and again to his beloved jungle in an attempt to prove his case, culminating in his mysterious disappearance in 1925.
Rodden.
I don't know. I'm going to go fresh on this one, too.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
The Ticket. Dan Stevens, Malin Ackerman, Carrie Bechet, Oliver Platt. Dan Stevens and Malin Ackerman star in this intense breakout drama about a blind man who inexplicably regains his vision and becomes possessed by a drive to make a better life for himself. Is there a movie like that already? With like
Wait, what?
Wasn't there a movie like this about Val Kilmer, like in the 90s? However, there's new improvements, a nicer home, a higher paying job,
maybe.
Tailored suits, luxury car, leave little room for the people who were part of his old, simpler life. His plain wife, Malin Ackerman, and close friend Bob, Oliver Platt. As his relationships buckle under the strain of his snowballing ambitions, he becomes uncertain if James can ever return from darkness. I'm going to go fresh.
Yeah, I'll go fresh on that.
All right. Can you look up the reviews so I can put things in my...
I don't have Flickster.
Oh, here you go. Flickster.
Just do it.
All right. I'll read you the movies that come up. The Fate of the Furious is fresh, 64%.
Really?
That's what I
Okay,
said.
then.
Spark, 39%. Rotten. Lost City of Z.
Wait, okay, hang on. Spark was rotten?
Yeah. Oh, no, Spark has no reviews. Never mind. That's Who Wants to See It.
Okay.
But it was rotten. Yeah. The Lost City of Z, fresh, 88% shit.
Okay. So
A Quiet Passion, 92% fresh.
Quiet Passion.
90
That's fresh?
Norman, 96% fresh. Hi, Max. My entire high school sinking into the whatever, 96% fresh.
Really?
Yep. All right. What else do I have to look up?
Okay, next we have Altitude.
Altitude.
And I didn't write down the full names of these movies.
No review. One review, rotten. So I don't know. Next.
Okay, Colossal.
Oh, no, not Collide. Get the fucking search on this. Colossal. The Anne Hathaway movie is 78% certified fresh.
Really? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Finding Oscar.
Finding Oscar. 83% fresh.
Okay, we got that. Jeremiah Tower.
One review fresh.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Mission Control. Or Mission Control, the Unsung
Yeah.
Heroes of Apollo.
100% fresh.
Of course, that's no surprise.
Yeah.
Sandy Wexler.
%40 rotten.
That's no surprise.
Yep.
Okay, and last but not least, The Ticket.
I got a golden ticket. The ticket. 46% rotten.
We both said fresh on that.
Well
Okay,
done.
then.
All right, folks. So that is the
I win.
100th episode of Citizen Ho. Be here for our 200th episode when Kevin and I are really old men.
Do you think you think another week or two is going to make us really old?
It's the 200th episode.
Oh. Yeah, then we might be really old.
So find us iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Like us, review us. Let us know how you think. We don't hear from you guys that often. It'd be nice to hear from people. Tweet us at CitizenHoPod, Facebook.com/CitizenHo, Instagram at CitizenHoPod. Email us at dumbass@CitizenHo.com. I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
Bye-bye.